quitting your job isn't something that you want to do on a whim. How do I know when it's time to quit my job? If you're asking this question, it means that you haven't spent the time and effort to really get to know yourself. Nobody can really tell you whether or not you should quit your job. And maybe you're feeling miserable in your job, but why are you feeling miserable? What are some things that are happening to you right now in your job that make you feel this way? And what are some things that you can do to alleviate some of that misery? And I'm not saying that you shouldn't quit your job if you are feeling miserable and dissatisfied and unhappy in it. That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is that quitting your job isn't something that you want to do on a whim, especially if you don't have an alternate means of an income for yourself or your loved ones if you are providing for other people. And also, if you don't know what would truly make you happy in your career, then it's something that you don't want to make on a whim if you don't have these alternatives. If you don't know what you want to do in your career, if you don't know what would make you happy, it means that you aren't self-aware. Being self-aware means that you know your own capabilities, you know your skills, you know your weaknesses, you know what's important to you, and most of all, that you know your own psychology. Comment below, are you currently thinking about quitting your job and maybe you don't know what to do or you don't know where to go from here because you're not quite sure what you want to go and what you want to do and what's important to you? If that's you, then visit careerrevisionist.com/intensive. I'll put the link below. And when you visit that site, you're going to see something that's going to help you decide where to go in your career, to help you decide on how to get to that new chapter in your life. So visit careerrevisionist.com/intensive. I'll see you there. So the first step is to achieve a higher level of self-awareness. And then when you are considering quitting your job, there are 3 things that you need to consider before taking action on that. The first consideration is, what are your interpersonal responsibilities? These include things like who right now is depending on your income, who are people in your life that need you and your support, and what specifically do they need from you. So make a list of all these people who are depending on your income, who need you to support them, and that you have been currently supporting. What are your responsibilities to them? And how have you been supporting them this far? Your list might include things like financial responsibilities, time spent together, or maybe guidance in certain areas. The second thing you need to consider is, what are your financial responsibilities? How much do you need to maintain your current standard of living? You want to write that number down and have some clarity for yourself on where your money flows. So write down that number. What is it that you need to maintain your standard of living? And remember to include things like debt payment, housing expenses, utilities, entertainment, and all other financial responsibilities. And dig into your bank account to understand exactly where your money flows every single month. The third consideration is, what are your aspirational responsibilities? So for example, what are some financial responsibilities and interpersonal responsibilities that you would like to have? Maybe you want to spend more time at home. Maybe you want to spend more time with family. Maybe you want to have more money for investments. Whatever that is, get clear and definitive for yourself. What are your aspirations? If you found this helpful for you in your career journey, give me a thumbs up. Also remember to subscribe to my channel and hit that bell, ring that bell to receive notifications each time I upload a new video. And I look forward to hanging out with you in my next video.